Hello everyone, welcome back to my General Hospital official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Michael Corinthos on General Hospital never seems to have much happiness in his life, and that drama goes all the way back to his birth. Born on screen on December 29, 1997, Michael was played by a series of child actors, including Dylan Cash, who made his debut in 2002. In 2009, GH aged the character into a teenager played by Drew Garrett. However, nearly a year later, the role was recast with Chad Duell, who made his debut in April of 2010 and continues to play the part to this day. Although in the spring and summer of 2022, the role was recast temporarily with the young and the restless alum Robert Adamson for some episodes. Then, in November 2024, Duell shocked fans by announcing his decision to leave. When Carly Benson learned she was pregnant, she felt AJ Quartermain was unfit to be a father, so she named Jason Morgan as her baby daddy. Upon his birth, Michael was raised by Jason and Robin, as Carly was suffering from postpartum depression. Carly's ex-fiancé, Tony Jones, kidnapped Michael and Robin, told AJ the truth about the baby's paternity. After a failed attempt to raise Michael with AJ, Carly married Sonny Corinthos, who threatened AJ into giving up all rights to his son and adopted Michael as his own. In 2005, Michael was kidnapped again, along with siblings Morgan and Christina, by Faith Roscoe. Later, Michael was suspected of murdering AJ, but he had actually witnessed Dr. Asher Thomas commit the crime. After accidentally shooting Sonny's girlfriend, Kate Howard, with a gun, Michael ran away from home, and when Carly finally found him in a warehouse, they were nearly killed in an explosion. Then Michael was shot in the head by a sniper aiming for Sonny and fell into a coma. Michael awoke with anger management issues and slowly began to remember missing pieces of his past, such as Claudia Zaccara's involvement in his shooting. When he discovered Claudia holding a pregnant Carly hostage intending to steal her daughter, Jocelyn, Michael killed her. Sonny attempted to cover for the crime, but Michael landed in prison where he was brutally assaulted by another inmate. After Dance got Michael released on parole, he began dating stripper Abby Haver, and eventually confessed that Carter had raped him behind bars. To protect Abby from an abusive ex, Michael tried to send her out of town, but she was tragically killed in an accident, leaving him gutted. Michael started dating Star Manning, but she eventually broke up with him over the phone. Stunned to discover that AG was still alive, he bonded with his dad, and they worked together to take over ELQ. Michael clashed with Morgan's new girlfriend, Kiki Jerome, but they eventually fell for each other, despite a brief hurdle where they thought they could be cousins. After Kate was murdered, AJ was the prime suspect, but Michael was convinced of his father's innocence and devastated when he was murdered himself. After learning that Sonny was the one who shot AJ, and Carly helped him cover it up, an enraged Michael held him at gunpoint, and Dante and Morgan had to talk him down. As Sonny was shipped off to prison, Michael decided to change his last name to Quartermain and distanced himself from the Corinthos family. After Sonny was paroled for saving Michael and others, including the governor's daughter, from a bomb, an angry Michael sued him for custody of his daughter, Avery, bringing up Sonny's dangerous lifestyle. He hired Sabrina Santiago to work as his nanny, and after they eventually fell for each other, she convinced Michael to reconcile with his family and return Avery to Sonny. When Sabrina got pregnant, Michael was excited to be a father, but upset to learn the baby was really Carlos Rivera's. She left town with Carlos, and Michael teamed up with Sonny to go to Puerto Rico and bring her home. But Michael's happiness with her and newborn Teddy was destroyed when Sabrina was murdered by Paul Hornsby, and he allowed the baby to be raised by Carlos' brother, Joe Rivera. Michael was further crushed when Morgan was suddenly killed in a car explosion. Michael grew close to Nell Hayes, but broke it off when it was revealed she was Carney's adopted sister and out for revenge. After a time, he gave her another chance and things looked good for the pair as she announced her pregnancy. But Michael soon came to realize that Nell had still been plotting to get Carly out of her life and would stop at nothing Harrison Chase to record Nell's confession that she'd set up Carly to be arrested and locked up in Ferncliff. Michael got exactly the evidence he needed, but then crashed their car. Nell left Michael for dead, and when he was rescued by Sonny and brought to the hospital, Nell presented him with the baby she'd just given birth to, which had died. Michael was devastated, not realizing that Nell had run into Brad Cooper and switched her living infant with Wiley, his adopted son who had suddenly passed away. As Nell was locked up in prison, Michael attended a grief support group at the hospital where he met and befriended Willow Tate, who turned out to be Wiley's birth mother. He also lent money to Christina, which he later regretted when he found out she was using it to get deeper into Dawn of Day, a dangerous cult. Michael fell for Sasha Gilmore, but their romance hit a snag when it was revealed that she had been lying about being Nina's long-lost daughter. He eventually came around and forgave Sasha, and the pair eventually professed their love for each other. Then Michael's world was turned upside down yet again when the baby switch was finally revealed, and he learned that Wiley was actually his son. Adjusting to raising the boy at the Quartermain mansion became even more complicated when Nell got out on parole and announced she was going to fight for custody of their son. Michael hired Diane to help him win the custody battle, and when told marrying Sasha wouldn't help because of her sketchy past, he married Willow instead. Despite Nell's marrying Julian to compete, Michael and Willow were granted custody of Wiley. Nell attempted to abduct her son, but Michael tracked her down and saved Wiley as Carly watched Nell fall from a cliff. Back home and safe with his son, Michael found himself drawn to Willow in spite of their plan. After learning that Chase and Sasha had lied about having sex to push them together, Michael and Willow reconsidered and signed annulment papers, though he invited her to stay in the Quartermain gatehouse so she would be close by. Michael decided not to reunite with Sasha because he'd fallen in love with Willow, and they finally admitted their feelings to each other. Michael had decided to cut Nina out of Wiley's life after she told the kid she was his grandmother, but when Jax caught him with Willow, he used that as leverage to force Michael to allow Nina a visit. Then Michael agreed with Willow that she should marry Chase because he was on his deathbed. So after he pulled through, the couple had to sneak around behind his back. Naturally, Chase caught them together, and things got ugly before he and Willow agreed to an amicable split. Michael was also concerned about Austin Holt's attempts to get his share of the Quartermain fortune, but he allowed Chase to give Austin the evidence he'd found in the house. Michael and Willow moved into the gatehouse together, but when he tried to pop the question, she admitted she wasn't ready for marriage. She was also upset when he secretly took action to make Nina pay for her crimes against his family. Sonny tried to make peace, but Michael was unable to forgive his father for choosing Nina and ultimately cut him out of his life. When Nina sued for visitation rights to Wiley, Michael arranged for Smoltz, the reporter he'd previously punched out, to write a tell-all exposing all of her dirty laundry. He also plotted an ELQ/Aurora Media merger with Drew Kane to help force Valentine Casadine out of the family business. As the visitation hearing began, Michael remained upset at Sonny for taking Nina's side and was happy to let Diane tear into them both on the stand during testimony. And even after his own criminal past was brought up by Scott, Michael remained determined to keep Nina away from Wiley. Ultimately, the judge decided in his favor, and Michael felt vindicated. It was also revealed that Sonny's new employee, Dex, was secretly working for Michael to help bring his father down. And while Ned and Valentine joined forces to squash the ELQ/Aurora merger, leaving Michael frustrated, he was later overjoyed to learn that Willow was pregnant. However, he was unaware that she wasn't telling him everything. Michael was heartbroken when Willow finally confessed she had leukemia and had waited to receive treatment until their baby would be safe, but promised to support her no matter what. Michael popped the question, and she happily accepted. He was stunned when Drew revealed that Nina was Willow's birth mother, and he struggled to forgive Carly for keeping that secret. When Willow nearly died during childbirth, Michael's pleas for her to come back to him kept her from going into the light. The couple named their newborn daughter and Willow planned their wedding. He was surprised to learn that Dex and Jocelyn were romantically involved. At Willow's urging, he allowed Sunny to attend the ceremony, but not Nina. After the beautiful nuptials, the reception was spoiled when Carly was taken in for questioning by the SEC for insider trading. Michael confided to a worried Willow about his plan to bring down Sunny, and she persuaded him not to use the evidence that he and Dex had collected. Joss accused Michael of endangering Dex's life by not bringing Sunny down, but he stood firm. He also confessed to Carly and gave her the flash drive with the evidence, which she destroyed. After Willow's bone marrow transplant was successful, Michael brought her home to recover, and they slowly began to resume their life together. Although he was still wary of Nina, Michael had a heart-to-heart with Sunny to try and make peace with his father. He even attended Sunny and Nina's wedding only to overhear that Nina was the one who turned Carly and Drew into the SEC. Later getting Martin Gray to confirm it was true, Michael played his recording of that conversation for Nina and told her he'd only stay quiet if she agreed to stay far away from Willow. When Drew was released from prison early, he decided he just wanted to move on from the whole thing, so Michael didn't tell him about Nina. Drew then revealed his intention to merge Aurora and ELQ again, which naturally made Ned upset when they did business behind his back. When Nina told Michael Ned was blackmailing her with a secret to get information about Aurora he could use, Michael agreed to give her some fake intel to pass along. On New Year's Eve, Lois revealed Nina's secret, and Michael's 2024 got off to a rocky start when Willow discovered he'd known for a long time and had used the information to force Nina to keep her distance from her and Wiley. But she was able to support him when his grandmother, Bobby, passed away suddenly. Carly forgave Michael very quickly, but it was some time before Willow was able to forgive her husband. When Jason returned very much alive, Michael enlisted Willow to treat his wounds, and they agreed to keep his comeback secret until he was ready to reveal himself. Michael supported Willow when she accepted Drew's offer to be a spokesperson for a non-profit, and again when she later decided to return to nursing. But he wasn't crazy about Drew's choice to give up the business to become a congressman, but agreed to take charge of Aurora. Michael softened towards Nina slightly, and she agreed to help clear Carly's name to make things right between them. When Drew confessed that he and Willow had kissed, Michael was heartbroken and went to drown his sorrows. He slept with an equally upset Sasha, who also revealed there had been 2 kisses. Michael went to Willow to make sure there wasn't anything else she wanted to confess, and after she insisted it had only been once, they had make-up sex. Unfortunately, Michael later saw nanny cam footage of Drew and Willow having sex, and saw another close moment between them with his own eyes. Michael told Curtis that Drew had offered him the Aurora CEO position to make amends. But Curtis was skeptical his friend would betray him like that. So Michael recorded a conversation where Drew insisted he never intended Curtis to be permanent CEO, and the job was meant for Michael, and played that to Curtis so he'd open his eyes. Michael Corinthos has been a central figure on General Hospital for years, embodying the emotional highs and devastating lows that make Port Charles a hop of drama. The son of Carly Corinthos and the late A.G. Quatermain, Michael was adopted by mob boss Sonny Corinthos, a relationship that has both protected and endangered him over the years. His life has been a series of love, loss, betrayal, and revenge, and recent events have taken his story to new and unexpected places. Here's a detailed look at what's happening to Michael on General Hospital, how his current circumstances unfolded, and what it might mean for the future of his character. From the moment Michael was born, his life was a tapestry of entanglements between the Corinthos and Quatermain families. As the heir to 2 powerful dynasties, Michael's journey has been anything but ordinary. His upbringing in Sonny's world of organized crime clashed with his Quatermain heritage, rooted in corporate intrigue and wealth. This duality has often left Michael torn between two opposing paths, shaping his moral compass. His early life was marked by traumatic events, including the infamous car bomb explosion that killed his biological father, A.J., and Sonny's relentless pursuit of vengeance. Michael's complicated relationship with his mother, Carly, further added to his emotional struggles. Over the years, Michael has been a symbol of resilience, but his recent experiences have pushed him to his limits. Michael's latest troubles began when he became entangled in a cover-up involving his younger brother, Morgan Corinthos, whose return to Port Charles after years away reignited old tensions. Morgan's mental health issues and volatile behavior led to a series of events that put the Corinthos family under intense scrutiny. When Morgan accidentally caused the death of a prominent figure in Port Charles, Michael made a fateful decision to shield his brother from the law. In doing so, Michael orchestrated a cover-up that involved bribing witnesses, tampering with evidence, and even lying to his loved ones. These actions, though born out of love and loyalty, set off a chain reaction of consequences that Michael could not foresee. When the truth came to light, it led to Michael's arrest, shaking the Corinthos family to its core. Michael's arrest sent shockwaves through Port Charles, as it marked the first time he was directly implicated in criminal activities. While this family scrambled to find a way to clear his name, Michael faced the harsh reality of the legal system. His trial became a spectacle, with the media highlighting the contrast between his outward image as a respectable businessman and his involvement in his family's darker dealings. Prosecutors painted Michael as a privileged man who believed he was above the law, while his defense team argued that his actions were driven by a sense of duty to protect his brother. The trial was emotionally charged, with explosive testimony from key witnesses, including some of Michael's closest allies who felt betrayed by his actions. Michael's legal troubles have deepened the cracks in the Corinthos family. While Sonny and Carly initially stood by their son, their unwavering support began to waver as more details about the cover-up emerged. Sonny, who has always prided himself on protecting his children, was forced to confront the reality that his influence may have contributed to Michael's downfall. Carly, torn between her love for her son and her sense of morality, struggled to reconcile her feelings. Meanwhile, Michael's siblings faced their own battles. Jocelyn Jacks, his younger sister, took a public stance in defense of Michael, further straining her relationship with their mother. Dante Falconeri, Michael's older half-brother and a detective, found himself caught between his duty to the law and his loyalty to his family. As if his legal woes weren't enough, Michael's personal life has also taken a hit. His relationship with Willow Tate, once a source of stability and love, has been tested like never before. Willow, who has stood by Michael through many challenges, found herself questioning their future together after learning the full extent of his actions. The couple's trust has been eroded, and their once bright future now seems uncertain. Adding to the tension is the re-emergence of Michael's ex-girlfriend, Sasha Gilmore. Sasha, who has struggled with her own demons, has re-entered Michael's orbit, further complicating his already tumultuous life. Fans have speculated whether this could lead to a rekindling of old flames or simply serve as a reminder of the mistakes that continue to haunt Michael. As a member of the Quatermain family, Michael has always had a stake in ELQ, the family's powerful business empire. His recent actions have put his position at ELQ in jeopardy, with board members questioning whether he is fit to lead. Ned Quatermain, Michael's uncle and a longtime rival, has seized the opportunity to challenge Michael's authority, further escalating tensions within the ELQ has added another layer of complexity to Michael's story, as he must now fight to protect his legacy, while also dealing with the personal and legal challenges that threaten to consume him. As Michael faces the fallout from his decisions, the question on everyone's mind is, what's next? Will he be able to rebuild his life, or has he crossed a line from which there is no return? The writers of General Hospital have set the stage for a dramatic and unpredictable storyline that promises to keep viewers on the edge of their seats. Michael's journey is far from over, and the twists and turns ahead will undoubtedly test his character, his relationships, and his resilience. Whether he emerges stronger or succumbs to the weight of his choices remains to be seen, but one thing is certain: Michael Corinthos is a character whose story is worth watching. Michael's current arc on General Hospital is a testament to the show's ability to create compelling, emotionally charged narratives that resonate with viewers. As his story unfolds, fans can expect more drama, intrigue, and heartbreak, ensuring that Michael remains at the center of the action. Hospital spoilers indicate that Drew Quartermaine, Cameron Matheson, and Jason Morgan, Steve Burton, may be twins, but they couldn't be more different. Nor is there much chance of them ever really getting along for any length of time. But the two of them will need to learn to coexist for the sake of the children that each of them had with Sam McCall, Kelly Monaco. Tragically, Sam recently died, and so custody of both Danny Morgan, Asher Antonizin, and Scout Quartermaine, Cosette Abinant, will need to be decided. When she died, Sam was currently living in her penthouse with Dante Falconeri, Dominic Zomprogna. Both Danny and Scout also lived there, along with Dante's son, Rocco Falconeri, Finn Carr. They had formed quite the family unit, and all three of the children really wanted to stay together. To make that happen, Jason decided to move into the Quartermaine mansion. All three of the children, as well as both Dante and Drew, already live there. The mansion is huge, so there will be plenty of room, but it will still be quite crowded. Recently, Michael Corinthos, Chad Duell, confided in Jason that Drew has slept with Michael's wife, Willow Tate, Caitlin McMullen. Jason has always been very protective of Michael, so when he found out what Drew had done, he punched him several times. So, Drew isn't going to be very happy once he learns that Jason is moving into the mansion. In fact, he will likely threaten to move out and take Scout with him. Perhaps the only person Drew will listen to these days is Willow. She may decide to take it upon herself to make Drew see that Scout needs to be with both Danny and Rocco, and that Jason living there is necessary because he's Danny's father. Drew, being as sleazy as he has been lately, may only agree to Willow's request if she sleeps with him again. But hopefully it won't come to that, and Drew will agree to stay right where he is. The drama in Port Charles never takes a break, and this week's spoilers promise to deliver emotional moments, intense confrontations, and unexpected alliances. One of the most heartwarming yet tension-filled storylines centers around Drew Cain, Willow Tate, and the future of young Scout Cain. In a surprising turn of events, Willow steps up to mediate a difficult family situation, ultimately convincing Drew to let Scout stay at the Quartermaine mansion. Is everything you need to know about this pivotal development and how it's set to affect the lives of everyone involved. Drew Cain's relationship with his daughter, Scout, has been through its share of trials. After years of separation due to Drew's presumed death, his return to Port Charles offered a chance to rebuild their bond. However, that process has not been without its hurdles. Drew's recent legal troubles, combined with his struggles to navigate the complex dynamics of the Quartermaine family, have made it difficult for him to provide the stability Scout needs. Scout, still processing the emotional aftermath of her father's long absence, has found comfort and consistency at the Quartermaine mansion. Living with Monica Quartermaine and surrounded by family members, she's developed a sense of belonging that Drew has struggled to replicate on his own. While Drew has always wanted to be the primary caregiver for Scout, his current circumstances have made him question whether that's in her best interest. Willow Tate, now a central figure in the Corinthos and Quartermaine families, has consistently proven herself to be a voice of reason and compassion. As Michael Corinthos' wife and someone who has faced her share of challenges, Willow has a unique perspective on what it means to protect and nurture a child in difficult times. When Willow notices the growing tension between Drew and the Quartermaine family over Scout's living arrangements, she decides to intervene. Understanding that Drew's intentions come from a place of love, but recognizing the importance of stability for Scout, Willow takes it upon herself to bridge the gap. In a deeply emotional scene, Willow approaches Drew with empathy and understanding. She acknowledges his desire to be there for Scout and assures him that wanting the best for his daughter doesn't mean he has to shoulder every burden alone. Willow gently points out how much Scout has thrived at the Quatermain mansion and emphasizes that this arrangement doesn't diminish Drew's role as her father. It enhances it by providing Scout with a supportive environment during a challenging time. Drew, initially resistant to the idea, struggles with feelings of guilt and inadequacy. He fears that allowing Scout to stay at the mansion might make him seem like he's stepping back from his parental duties. Willow counters this by reminding him that true parenting isn't about physical proximity, but about being a constant source of love, guidance, and security, regardless of where his daughter resides. Drew agrees to let Scout remain at the mansion, at least for the time being. He realizes that this decision is not a sign of weakness, but a demonstration of his love for his daughter. By putting Scout's needs first, Drew takes an important step toward becoming the father he aspires to be. The decision is bittersweet for Drew, as it means relinquishing some of the day-to-day experiences he longs to share with his daughter. However, he finds solace in knowing that Scout is surrounded by family members who love her deeply, including Monica and Olivia Quatermain. While Willow's intervention brings peace between Drew and Scout, it also stirs up fresh tension within the Quatermain family. Ned Quatermain, who has been embroiled in a power struggle with Drew over ELQ, sees this decision as a sign of Drew's vulnerability. Ned's opportunistic nature might lead him to exploit this moment to gain leverage in the ongoing battle for control of the family business. Meanwhile, Brooke Lynn Quatermain offers her unwavering support to Drew, further complicating the family dynamics. Brooke Lynn's growing respect for Drew sets the stage for potential alliances that could shift the balance of power within the Quatermain household. Michael Corinthos, caught up in his own drama with Sonny and the mob, initially questions Willow's involvement in Drew's decision. As someone who has experienced the complexities of parenthood and familial loyalty, Michael understands Drew's predicament, but struggles with the idea of Willow taking on yet another emotional burden. Ultimately, Michael recognizes Willow's ability to navigate difficult situations with grace and agrees that her actions were in Scout's best interest. This moment strengthens their bond as a couple, showcasing how they continue to support each other despite the challenges they face. For young Scout, the decision to stay at the mansion is a relief. She cherishes the time she spends with her extended family and appreciates the stability they provide. However, Scout also looks forward to the special moments she shares with Drew, knowing that her father's love for her remains unwavering. The storyline highlights the importance of creating a nurturing environment for children, even in the face of complicated family dynamics. Scout's resilience and adaptability serve as a testament to the strength of the Quatermain and Kane families, despite their many flaws. Drew's decision to let Scout stay at the mansion marks a turning point in his character's journey. It opens the door for him to focus on resolving his legal troubles and finding his footing in Port Charles without the added pressure of immediate parental responsibilities. At the same time, it deepens his connection to the Quatermain family, setting the stage for future alliances and conflicts. For Willow, her role as a peacemaker reinforces her position as one of the most compassionate and level-headed characters on General Hospital. Her ability to navigate complex family dynamics while staying true to her values continues to endear her to fans and solidify her place in the show's rich tapestry of characters. This storyline is a prime example of what makes General Hospital a beloved soap opera: its ability to blend emotional depth with high-stakes drama. Drew's decision, influenced by Willow's wisdom, underscores the show's central theme of family, both the bonds that hold us together and the conflicts that tear us apart. As the story unfolds, viewers can expect more twists and turns, From Ned's machinations to the ongoing battle for ELQ, and perhaps even a new chapter for Drew as he learns to balance his responsibilities as a father with his personal growth. One thing is certain: the ripple effects of this decision will continue to shape the lives of everyone involved. In Port Charles, nothing is ever simple, and the saga of Drew, Willow, and Scout is no exception. As the characters navigate the challenges ahead, fans will be glued to their screens, eager to see how this emotional storyline plays out in the weeks to come.